Hello, Dryft here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So, why are we here today? What are we doing? We're having a look at the new addition to the Dryft Kiwi fleet, and that is this Audi A3 SLine. So, let's have a look at that then. Let's just flick around and have a look at that. So, bought this about a week ago. It's going to be the runaround for my wife. It's a 2009 Audi A3 1.8 Turbo SLine. It's got the dual paddle automated manual gearbox, or automatic gearbox, whatever you want to say. It's 1.8 turbo, so it's got a good amount of grunt. It's got some get up and go. But I'll tell you what, it's a heck of a lot more economical than any of the other vehicles in the fleet. I tell you, didn't realise how uneconomical all the other vehicles were until we started using this. And so far, I've done 300 kilometres just over half a tank of gas, and that's a mixture of around town and open road. Probably more of it is open road running. Down to work and back, we do 130 kilometres to work and 130 kilometres back each week, and I did probably about a 60 kilometre trip during the week for work in it. So yeah, it's mostly open road, but a fair bit of running around the town backwards and forwards and around doing errands and stuff as well. So really impressed. Let's have a look around it. So it's got a few bumps and scrapes. It's got some curbing on the passenger side wheels. If we have a look inside, because it's an S-line, let me open up. Because it's an S-line, it's got that leather and Alcantara upholstery. It's quite nice. It's got the more sophisticated controls on the steering wheel or on the dashboard and the instrument cluster. It's got lap timers, it's got fuel economy, it's got cruise control, it's got automatic window wipers, it's got automatic headlights, it's got all those sort of mod cons. So there we are, let's have a look. See, there's a couple of marks on the upholstery. You know, everything's pretty much here in the boot. Got some things in it. The boot, it does come with an interesting addition in the boot, and I'll tell you what that's for. If we have a look, around the front here, open that up, we will see that will not stay up by itself, so hence why it's got the broomstick in the back. So that's something that is right up in the first on the list of things to fix. Well, what else have we got? We got really good Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tyres, practically brand new. This one actually, in fact, is brand new because the previous owner ran flat on the tyre on the highway and they had to get a brand new one only a couple of months ago. The rest of them are a little bit older than that, but they're all in as new condition. So that's a plus. It's the S-line, it's the turbo. It's economical because the FSI system, in the way it's fuel's injected directly into the cylinders, creates an economical motor, more economical than the traditional fuel injection fuel rail systems. And also with the turbo, when you get up in the rev range, you can see the economy drops, but the power is up there. So when you're just cruising along, not pushing the turbo, it's a good economical vehicle. So what are we going to do with it? We're going to tidy it up. We're going to give it the fleet touches. So we'll start with the number plate. We're going to get the wider number plate with the lapels on the side, or the side, I suppose you call them lapels. If they're on a shirt, they call them lapels, I don't know, but the extra pieces on the side which will have the Audi logos on there and maybe something about the S-line. I'm getting some decals made up for that. My friend Josh, he's making up the Dryft Kaniwi stickers, so those will be put on to quarter windows. We will also add tinted windows. I've got some new Audi stickers for the windows, for the registration tags. I'll show those in a minute. I'll cut those in a minute. I'll show those. They're pockets. They're dark. They look really good, and they're Audi branded. So I've got one for all the Audis. And also I've bought already a new suspension strut over here for $39.99 at Super Cheap Auto. It's just a generic brand, the right length, exactly the right length. It's a slightly different rating. It's 170 Newton meters or 160 Newton meters. The one that came out was 250 Newton meters of pressure, and they had another one there that was 350. I didn't want to put the higher pressure one because the guy pointed out that because it's a single side, it could twist the bonnet and try and bend the hinges, having too much pressure. But the bonnet's not super heavy, so I think the 170 Newton meter will be close enough to be able to hold that up anyway, to be better than that one there, which doesn't hold anything whatsoever. So we'll have a clip. Well, I'll get onto that shortly. What else will we do to it? That's pretty much all. We're going to give the upholstery We'll clean that with hot soapy water, brush it into the leather and the Alcantara, get it all nice and clean, get rid of the marks that are on there. There's a few little marks that I can see in there, in the inside in the seats. I don't know whether they show up on camera, but they're there. What else have we got in there? Hold on, let's have a look. Some hand cream. My wife's left some Oreos in there. They'll be gone as they're going in the pocket now. I'll be eating those. And there's some more marks in the back seat here. I don't know what it is. I dread to speculate. And there's some dirt there too. I don't know whether you can see that on the camera, but that's going to be fixed up as well. Someone has closed the door with something inside the footwell and it's broken that. So I'm going to fix that too, but I'm not going to replace it. What I'm going to do is get the door panel off and I'll push that back out and secure it somehow. So it won't be obvious the way it is at the moment. And that's about all. Someday I will get the wheels refurbished, but I'm not going to do that straight away because my wife is a learner driver. She hasn't had a New Zealand driver's license, and she's getting her. She'll be possibly having the odd little scrape with the curbs and gutters. So I'll wait a year or two, or after she's gotten more confident with her driving, before we refurbish the wheels. But I'll tidy a few other things up. As I said, tint the windows, run over the whole car with the electric buffer and some polishing compound, and give it a good polish up. The paint, just take out some of the little scratches and surface scratches and swirl. We'll probably paint the calipers as well. We'll paint the brake calipers and put the SLine logos on. They'll be red like the other ones. So we'll get the car up with the Dryft fleet colour scheme. Some catch flashes of red, black obviously, and we'll leave the wheels silver. And that's all. So we'll come back, and before we finish this video, let's change out that bonnet strut. Right, I've propped up the bonnet with the broom handle that came with the car, part of the deal. So, oh well, here we go. They'll come in handy for other things later. But here, I've got it propped open. Here's the old strut here. And to take those out, all you do is you get the screwdriver underneath that, pull either way, like that, pull the spring out a little bit, and then you can pop the strut off. But I'll have to put the camera down because I can't quite do this one-handed, but I'll put the camera down and we'll do that. Right, so take the strut off as I just flick that underneath the spring, and then pop that end off. Click that back in. Same on the bottom end. Pop that spring out. Here we are, off. Alright, and here is the other strut. So you don't have to pop anything, you just push it on and you should click into place. And the same with the top. Just clicks into place like so. So that is done. There we are. Now let's see if that works. You can take out the stick. And it works. It's holding the bonnet up. So you don't need that stick anymore. That's going. So there we have it. That's fixed. So stay tuned. Keep an eye out for the next videos. There's a few more things, as I said, that we're going to do on this car over time. And bring it up to the same sort of standard as the rest of the fleet. Obviously it needs a really good clean too. It's pretty dirty inside the engine bay here. The whole car needs a clean. It's going to get cleaned. We'll put on those Dryft accents, some bits of red, some decals, the number plates around, the tinted windows. I want to put black. I want to change that chrome out to black. There's no other chrome on it. The rest of it has all got black trim around the windows and everywhere else, so it's already got black optics. So this is the only chrome on it, and the chrome badges, which we may leave. I think we'll leave the S-Line chrome badges. They're all around, but I do want to change that out. My wife doesn't really want me to, but oh well, sometimes it's easier to ask forgiveness rather than permission. But so that's all. That's all for today. Come back, as I said, please click on subscribe. That really helps, and I want to get up to some subscribers there, and click on like if you like the video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.